Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It comes to you live from the outskirts of the internet. It's the Gaming Saloon for October 5th, 2025. With your host, Space Wicked 248 and Ramp It Up Salon.
Hi.
So we've got bad news for the week. A lot of bad news, but it's okay. We'll end with a couple of showcases that there's at least one thing we care about in it. Cross both of them.
We'll see about that.
I mean, Wolverine?
The game that got the Prime 4 treatment?
Is it... Can we really call it the Prime 4 treatment if it happens to most games these days?
Yes.
Fair enough. So before we get into all that, tell me, what have you played the last couple weeks?
Not really a whole heck of a lot. I did do a Prime Rando. Testing out the point tracker. I am noticing making the combo one for the multi-world, I needed to realign some of the point values. So I've been slowly working on that too. 100% when we go to do Prime 2 on Tails, it's going to be the rando using the point tracker.
Yay.
Which means we'll have to treat it more as a co-op kind of deal rather than a archipelago or anything like that. Played a little bit of Galaxy. But outside of that, yeah, not really much else there.
Oh, the Switch release of Galaxy?
Yep.
Is it any different?
Than the 3D All-Stars one? Not really.
Okay.
It seems like it might be slightly more optimized kind of deal in terms of graphically, but I mean it's Galaxy.
I saw that the Starbit Bank may have got removed from, I think, specifically Galaxy 2, which means it's not a great version of the game to speedrun. Which just makes me go, are any of these re-releases of these Mario 3Ds good to speedrun on anyway? Has that ever been the case? So I know not 64, because it's the version that doesn't let you do BLJs.
Yep, Shindo.
I don't know about Sunshine, and I don't know about Galaxy. Because I also don't know how I don't think I've ever seen a Sunshine speedrun.
Sunshine's not broken, like in dumb ways.
That's probably why I've never seen it.
And I think Galaxy might be in that same vein there.
That makes sense. I feel like
are stupid broken. I mean, that's not saying there's not cool movement or there's not any kind of skips, but there's not anything on the level of like BLJs that ended up having to get patched out.
Anything else?
No.
I'm still chipping away at Super Robot Wars Y. I'm into Chapter 4 after a few different sessions I summarized with the results screen on Blue Sky. Unfortunately, when I was playing today, I fell into the hole of, oh, hey, look, I can sucker around these repeating missions to get kills from my characters so I can get them their A statuses, so I can get their buffs. Well, I guess I'm just letting it auto battle for a while I just look at other stuff and watch other stuff. Oops. And also took care of some of these like treasure missions that like require you to do a specific thing to basically get a piece of equipment. It's like, hey, break through this enemy line and kill the enemy in the back within like 4 turns, or get at this enemy that's in the center surrounded by other enemies that are defending it in like 4 turns. Those sorts of things. But that was like most of what I did today for the game. I'll probably get back to it tomorrow after I probably get more, or I start working on 2021 streams getting posted. Because guess what? All the 2022s are scheduled now.
Yay.
It's a whole bunch of miscellaneous stuff. Basically, it's all of the streams you did and all the streams we did, i.e. the random times we did KH2 rando together.
Sounds right.
But yeah, it was like just Kuga and then that stuff, and now all of 2022's scheduled. It'll be done by like, I think like midday Wednesday in terms of the schedule. So I have to start on 2021, which means I start with Weekly Co-op, Rampant Gaming, or one of the smaller shows associated with those. Yay. They're not as bothersome to get scheduled. It's honestly the TGSs that are like the most bothersome ones to get posted or to get scheduled, because I have to get the notes, get them, make sure they're sorted and done. The tags have to be in accordance to the notes, so I have to have the notes up to do all the tags. Because there's not like a baseline tag, set of tags that I can just throw on there, because I have now a list of like, oh god, I don't even know how many it is at this point. $16 sets of tags for the stuff we do that I can just drop in there and be done. But no, the TGS has to have its own custom set of tags per stream, and I have to do that. Get the notes posted in the description. It's the more troublesome one. Everything else is just kind of like, well, I'm basically doing the same thing 4 times in a row. So it's a bit more monotonous. But it's getting there. Maybe by next year, I'll be like on the 2020 stuff. Maybe. I don't know. But that's basically it. So shall we talk about the dumb?
I guess we shall.
All right, Game Pass is getting price increases. Hooray! Who could have seen this coming? So basically, PC Game Pass is going up to $16.50 from $12. Game Pass Ultimate is going from $20 to $30. Essential will now be $10. Premium is $15. Ultimate is of course $30, and then PC Game Pass is $16.50. But Game Pass Ultimate will now have Ubisoft Plus Classics and Fortnite Crew beginning next month. Also, I think they dropped day one titles on Essentials and Premium. Now you can only get it on Ultimate. So how do you feel?
Meh, because I've not cared about Game Pass in a while. So.
Yeah, I had it to basically play Like a Dragon and then dropped it. And basically the only thing I have on the Xbox app now is Vampire Survivors. So yeah. Honestly, this plus the console price increases plus the next thing we're going to talk about. Whenever I see people go, what happened to Microsoft? And I go, how far back do you want? Because we might be here a while.
I mean, when people ask what happened to Microsoft, they really need to be asking what happened to Moneysoft.
Yeah. Because where do we truly begin with them? Do we start with the Xbox One? I feel like it starts with the Xbox One and it goes downhill from there.
No, it starts with Windows 8.
Yeah. That didn't help either. But speaking of Xbox consoles, in quotes, we now have the prices for that ROG Ally that has the Xbox sticker on it. Are you excited to pay $1,000 for 1 terabyte ROG Ally X? Or $600 for a regular ROG Ally?
No.
Especially when you can pay far less for a Steam Deck.
Yep.
Especially when I'm like, okay, yeah, the ROG Ally, you're not limited to Steam's, to the stuff on Steam. Question, then. What the fuck would not be on Steam at this point that you just can't get on Steam? What else are you playing on these things that would not be on Steam? Your free shit on Epic? Fortnite, I guess?
You can't play Game Pass on Steam.
Oh, yeah. Right, yeah, my $30 subscription to Game Pass. Ooh. So excited to play that on the go.
And the Steam Deck doesn't have that nice little Xbox button there. Or you know, the other thing that someone could say is the Steam Deck also doesn't run like crap because, you know, when you got something that's running on Windows. Yeah, when you got something running on Windows, yeah, it's gonna run like crap.
Also, I'm pretty sure it is not that hard to be able to make your Steam Deck play other shit on other platforms, since it is Linux based.
It can be, but not by much.
Yeah. I don't know. I still continue to look at this thing and I go, Microsoft, are you trying to cash in on the trend that started with the Switch? Because I have bad news. It's not going to sell that well. The Steam Deck doesn't even sell that well. And you're pushing this to those same people who would probably buy this that probably have a Steam Deck. Or would be interested in a Steam Deck. Because who else wants this? I'm pretty sure that's not the casual audience. It is not regular folks. Because you know what they bought? They bought a Switch. So I don't know who this is for, and I don't know how this is going to do anything except not sell.
But
especially when we.
But it's gonna not sell in a more epic way than the GameCube and Wii U.
Yeah, because the Steam Deck hasn't even sold that much. Because I've said it on stream, it's like what, 2 million units in it's like its lifetime.
I think.
Yeah, it is not even that much. Which again, that's how much people are interested in a Steam Deck. How much do you think people are going to be interested in your thing? That's not a Switch and not a Steam Deck, and also more expensive than a Steam Deck by a considerable margin. Not even your cheaper one is cheaper than a Steam Deck. There is no winning here. I guess anything else?
No.
All right. So, speaking of companies that are on fire, Ubisoft. So, you know how it's been rumored that they're trying to offload their profitable franchises to some third-party thing that them and Tencent own, so they can basically let Ubisoft burn to the ground and start over?
Yep.
So about that, Ubisoft has announced they've launched a new subsidiary called Vantage Studios that will focus on the development of Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six. It's co-owned by Tencent. I wonder what this new subsidiary is for. It could be anything. I think the only upside to this will probably end in a legal battle, because I'm pretty sure the investors for Ubisoft are going to go, wait a minute. You're trying to run away with the money. That's our money. Get back here. We're taking you to court. Right? This has to be illegal. And not in the illegal, it fucks over consumers. No, this is the illegal, it fucks over people with money. I don't know how you feel.
I don't know.
Fair. It doesn't help that there's not a whole lot going in those three things that are profitable for Ubisoft.
Fair.
Also, I love that their most possible franchises, not Just Dance. There's no Just Dance here. I'm like, does Just Dance not make them money?
Game with licensed music?
I mean, yes, but also they keep A, putting one out every year, and B, putting it on every goddamn thing that will run it. Even when it shouldn't have to put that thing on it.
But
why are they putting so much effort into it?
They have to push it that hard, otherwise it can't even come close to breaking even.
Fair. I just...
It's honestly probably better if that one did end up getting swept with the rest of Ubisoft and kind of dying.
Yep. Goodbye, Rayman. You had fun with Mario once. Goodbye, Beyond Good and Evil. You had one good game and then never again. Fuck, what else is under Ubisoft that isn't? Oh, goodbye, rest of the Tom Clancy franchise, because it's only Rainbow Six now. And by only Rainbow Six, I mean only Rainbow Six Siege. Really shows you how much confidence they have in Division. Twice over, mind you. Any other thoughts?
No.
All right. EA is now on fire. Would we say EA is now on fire? Because I don't think they've been on fire.
EA has never not been on fire, though.
Fair. So EA is going private because they have been bought by a private equity firm that includes the Saudi Arabia government. The buyout was $55 billion, and the most important part here is that EA has now been saddled with $20 billion in debt because of this buyout. So you know how private equity has a trend in the last, like, oh, I don't know, 10 years or so of killing anything that happens with it?
Well, welcome to EA.
So what's the over-under on when EA dies?
Not dies, gets bought by Microsoft.
Oh, God, no! Oh, my God. Does Microsoft just want to buy it so they all sync together? It's like, if we die, we take as much as the companies in North America as we can. If Xbox is to die, it will sync everyone with it.
It's almost like Microsoft failed to realize that, you know, putting all the eggs in one basket is a good way to doom us all.
Yeah. So I saw an article, I think it was on Destructoid. It was jokingly, mind you, but it was like, now that they're going private, what franchises would you like to see make a big return under this new ownership? And I go, that ain't fucking happening. Like, it doesn't matter what's on that list. None of it's happening. Because guess what's going to happen?
No, see, they're going to have to revive old franchises because that's going to be the only way that they can even have a shot at remaking any of this money.
So the loan is rated as a junk loan by the important people who rate loans.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe the estimate I heard is probably around $2 billion in interest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you know how much EA makes on their best day?
Probably nowhere near that.
Nowhere close to that. They probably make $1 billion on their best day. Meaning they're never getting out of this hole. They're dying in that hole. They're 6 feet in a hole, and we are going to slowly watch them over the next like 2 years have the dirt poured on them.
Mm-hmm.
And like all of these ideas that jokingly or not are like, oh, maybe they'll bring back SSX or anything else from the EA Sports big lineup. Maybe this will get Burnout back. Maybe it'll get this back. No. You know what this did? This salted the graves on which those graves were already at. The ground that those graves are on is already salted because of this. They're never coming back now. And worst of all, this is going to sink anything that is probably had a shot before this. You remember all those times we played SWTOR?
Yep.
Guess what's dead within a year?
Yep.
If we're lucky, it's dead within a year. Like, BioWare will be lucky to get that new Mass Effect that they're supposed to be working on out the door. Lucky. And considering, to the shock of me, really still, Mass Effect never does better than Dragon Age. Historically. Guess what they need? That to do better than it's ever been. And that new Dragon Age also still didn't do well. So that's BioWare probably dead in 6 months to try to save them money. You wouldn't know how many subsidiaries EA has.
And actually, you're probably wrong about BioWare. That's probably BioWare getting sold off to someone.
Who would buy BioWare then?
The same ones that keep buying everything.
Great. Microsoft can buy another company for them to do fuck all for until they're finally dead. Great.
I mean, it's pretty much either going to be Microsoft's going to buy them or Tencent's going to buy them. And I hate that that's actually the truth, but jeez.
There are 42 active studios under EA right now. 42 individual studios.
And there will be 41 less by the time probably the first year is up.
Yeah, bear in mind, some of them are like BioWare of Edmonton and BioWare of Austin. It's that sort of situation. Some of them are that, but like, that is still 42 studios with God knows how many employees. And I already saw an article where someone interviewed BioWare people anonymously. And you know what one of them said?
What?
I'm prepping my portfolio right now. I'm getting my shit in order. I literally just saying, without really saying it, I don't expect to have a job in 6 months. I'm prepping my shit for when that happens. And I don't blame anyone at EA or any under EA's umbrella. Just look at the situation and go, my ass is on the chopping block before, not even next year.
But that's a double-edged sword.
This year.
That's a double-edged sword. Because if they stay around, then they take the chance of the rug getting yanked out from under them.
Which is disturbingly common.
If enough of them leave, then that forces that hand.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is, use BioWare for instance. If half of them say, you know what, we see this ship is sinking, we're out of here. Once half of them's gone, EA's going to say, okay, well, bye. We're shutting y'all down.
But like, it's a catch-22 because there's no good answer there. Because it's like, well, by leaving, fuck over everybody who's going to stay because they're going to get fired. They're not only going to get fired, they're not going to find out they're fired until they try to walk into the office one day and they can't get in the front door.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens in this industry. Because I was telling my mom about this. Like, it is disturbingly common that when you get let go of in the video game industry, you don't know until you go to work that day. And your key doesn't work. You're asked to go see HR and you're given your walking papers. Or maybe you get to be in a room and you get to like go in one of two doors. The left door means you're gone. The right door means you get to stay. That's what happens. And that's why I'm just like, I look at someone who's just like, yeah, I'm prepping my portfolio now. I don't blame him. I feel like if I'm in this situation, I'm putting out feelers to anyone that I know that isn't fucked right now going, you need someone? You need someone with my skill set? I'm pretty much just going, I need a job. I'll need a job soon. I am treating every day as like it's going to be my last. I don't know what the countdown clock says because I can't see it, but I know it's ticking. So I know damn well I have to find somewhere else now. But yeah,
what's bad though is I almost don't feel like that's the right play for people. Not stay around and get the rug swept out from under them. But how many of these bigger companies are actually not in a dumpster fire at the moment?
Yeah, like how many openings are there really?
Well, why not just get a group of people that are all feeling about the same way and just be like, hey, why don't we do something? The indie scene has turned around quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get why some of these don't just look and go, you know what? We're tired of working for a company that's probably not going to be around in the next 5 years. Let's just start our own.
That's happened, but it's only like the big names have went and done that. And unfortunately, I think half the time they are like, we're doing things, and then they don't do things for like several years.
But that's what I'm getting at, though. The ones that are saying stuff like that, the ones that are actively wanting to look for something, they're going to be the ones that are going to do something. Get a group of them together.
Mm-hmm.
I would venture to say a team of 5 or 10 people from one of these bigger companies that were the doers get together and say, you know what, let's do it. They could probably pump something out within a year. Easy.
Yeah, because the tools and resources are pretty available these days.
And if you think about, they could even kind of cut their own throat and sell an indie title for like $20-$30. If you hit a good game and word spreads like wildfire, you just made you a big game in the indie scene that you could also do sequels with.
Yeah.
You could turn it into a franchise where it would have its own spin-offs and stuff like that. I've never understood why there's so many of them that feel like these big companies are the only way. That's the way to get your foot in the door, but that's not the only way to do anything.
Yeah. I was trying to remember when it comes to like putting your game on Steam. I forget the exact specifics, but it's like you pay so much to get your game on Steam, but basically if you meet a certain like sales threshold, you get that money back. Basically. It's Steam going, make your game. If it makes money, here's your money back. Here's your payment back.
It's basically Steam saying, look, we're giving you this, but you need to basically show us that you're worth it.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, most digital storefronts have similar. I'm wanting to say with the Play Store, to be a developer on it, you do have to pay like $100.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously they get a cut of some of the profits off of it, but I mean, that's honestly not the worst. Any storefront's gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't know what itch.io's like policy is, but you can even put it up there if you don't want to go the full route with Steam, and then eventually get it on Steam, because you can sell a game on itch.io.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those. There's so many other avenues, especially with the way the indie scene has been. I don't get that mentality.
But yeah, I'm just gonna be. I think the saddest I'll be about this is like, well, there goes SWTOR, because I haven't really bothered with like anything past like basically where we stopped at, which is like the end of your individual class's story. Because there's so much stuff. That game has still done expansions and stuff the entire time. That is still getting new content and updates. I don't know how well it's doing, but it keeps running. It's technically not even being developed by BioWare anymore. It's by a different studio now. But it's still trucking along, and I'm like, well, this is on the clock now. It's going to be dead in 6 months, and all this cool stuff is just going to go poof. Maybe it'll get at least a decent send-off. I guess any other thoughts?
No.
All right. Hey, look, Xbox did a showcase at Tokyo Game Show.
Yep, that's the thing. Did
you bother to watch it?
Nope.
I think I had it in the background for some folks reacting to it, and I'm like, yep, this certainly was a showcase. They showed off Q for 007 First Light, or at least their Q stand-in, because she's not Q herself, but she's from the Q division. So yay. Age of Mythology, Animo, Black Ops 7, new Call of Duty, another Double Dragon game, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D, Fatal Frame 2, new Forza Horizon that showed no gameplay. It was a teaser. Look, I've got nothing. This is I'm scrolling through like, is there something? Nope. A wasteland of just like, well, this stuff's elsewhere. It's not really interesting me. Do you see anything?
No.
And they also are like, hey, you can play things on your ROG Ally, for not mentioning the price at all. We're only showing you Silksong running on it, or any other indie game that like wouldn't really push it. And I'm like, you're not really convincing people the confidence, or convincing people to be confident in your ROG Ally, because anyone who has a ROG Ally knows. But yeah, that's the Xbox showcase. State of Play happened for Tokyo Game Show. You guys watching this one?
No.
Fair. I think I blanked out during this at some point, or I was busy. Battlefield 6 campaign. Chrono script. This looked neat. This may be like the only things I cared about, because it's like, oh hey, look, it's kind of doing that thing that like one like signage platformer did, where you're kind of like adventuring around in like storybook pages and stuff. That's neat. Covain, Crimson Desert, Deus Ex Remaster looks like crap. Dynasty Warriors 3, a God of War controller. No new God of War, just a controller. Gran Turismo, Halloween, another asymmetric horror multiplayer game. Are you excited?
No.
It's Last Epoch, Let It Die. I could have swore like Let It Die did crap, did play or went over terribly, but apparently not. So I was like, wait, they're making another one of these? But the chat I was in was like, no, this made money. And I'm like, fucking sure. Let's get past that. We'll come back to that one. Hey, look, Microsoft Flight Simulator at a Sony showcase. I wonder why that is. Isn't that weird?
I mean, only thing weirder would be if we had Infinite in here.
They are just put the nail, just put it out. Just put the collection and Infinite on the fucking multi-platform. Fucking do it.
No,
do
just
it. Pull
Infinite.
the trigger. I don't know if that's better or worse.
It's worse.
True. I'm just like
Campaign
no.
only of Infinite.
Yeah.
Now it's worse.
Yeah. I want Halo to be on a PlayStation. To just be announced at one of these State of Plays, because I want to see if like the Microsoft fanboys that still believe in Xbox, still believe it's doing good, everything's fine, there is no fire at Microsoft, we swear, just lose it because it's like, oh look, Halo's on PlayStation. Because I would just look at that and go, there it is, folks, there's the death of Microsoft as a first party. They're refusing that they are not that, but that is them saying it is. That's the death of it. Anyway, Neo 3, PlayStation Plus. Hey, PlayStation wireless speaker that has a cord that goes somewhere.
PlayStation Pulse. Because
Yeah.
that won't get annoying.
Mm-hmm. It has a cord. I don't know what the cord is for. I guess it's a power cord. Saros, Mega Man and Sonic Racing All-Stars. Or not All-Stars, Cross Worlds. My bad. 7 Deadly Sins. Zero Parades. Okay, let's talk about Wolverine. Because to be honest, is there anything else worth talking about here?
Not really.
Fair. So we finally, after this game is apparently sunk into development hell, have Marvel's Wolverine at our first look at it, at proper gameplay of it, even though it doesn't feel like it's gameplay. It is slated for fall of next year. We see Logan rip some folks in half, basically. He is very rip and tear until it is done in this trailer. Which feels on point.
Yeah.
And I will say this as someone who has looked into all of the leaks for Marvel's Wolverine. Guess what?
What?
They haven't changed anything. This lines up with all of the leaks. So for anyone who was like, oh, the delay is because they changed stuff. Nope. They didn't change anything. There's literally concept art that is mirrored from from bits of the gameplay in this trailer. Literally. There are designs of characters that are completely accurate to those leaks. They have changed nothing. They have just kept making the game, which is what they should have done anyway. There's no point in canceling the game or changing it because of the leaks. Who cares? 90% of people are not going to read them. Hell, one of the folks I follow who did look into some of the leaks only looked far enough to see one thing, and that was it. They didn't even see anything else. They didn't even know that there was a script leak. Because yeah, there's a full plot outline of the game amongst the leaks that breaks down the entire plot of the game. So yeah, they have not changed anything, which is good. That just do what you want to do. That's what they should been doing. But anyway, it looks good. I am happy. I can't wait to play it on PC.
In 6 months after release.
Yep. That might be the most backhanded comment I can make at the moment. It's like, yeah, I can't wait to play it on the thing on something else that is not a PlayStation. Because the boat has long since sailed on me desiring a PlayStation 5. You're not getting me to buy your box. I'm sorry. I can wait. How do you feel?
I feel like if it's anything like the Spider-Man games, then it'll be good. The question will be, will the story hold up good enough for it? And I only say that because there's certain elements for Spider-Man 2 that I'm like, maybe we shouldn't have done it that way.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, hopefully.
I mean, I can speak to it, but that will cost you a Google search or 50 grand.
Yeah, no.
Accurate. Because, yes, I've read the plot summary. The only thing I will say that might be relevant in this conversation is that's not really a spoiler or anything. This is not really open world. This will be more level based.
Which means that it's more focused on, actual story.
Yes.
The part of the game that it needs to focus on.
Yeah. Which, honestly, you could probably get that because there's several different locations in the trailer. But yeah, it is more level-based than it is open world. There might be some more, open hubs. It might be kind of like how Ratchet & Clank is, where it's like, here's a level, and it's, kind of linear, a little bit open. You kind of pick your paths to explore and stuff. It might be that. But it is not open world like the Spider-Mans are.
Well, I mean, Wolverine doesn't have movement. In terms of how Spider-Man does, or if we ever were to see an Iron Man game in this sense, both of those would benefit from open world because you have all the movement tech. Wolverine really does not have that.
He has run and
kill.
Yes. I was going to say he runs and he jumps, but his running is probably slightly faster than a person, and his jumping is probably slightly better than a normal person.
And his killing is a lot better than a normal person.
Yes, he is very much the Doomslayer in that respect of, yes, rip and tear until it is done.
Yeah. Wolverine looks at Doomslayer and says, "Oh, you rip and tear? Yeah, no, let me show you how it's done, bub."
Yep. Yeah, I am excited to see where this goes. Even though I've spoiled myself on a lot.
Doesn't surprise me.
Granted, I'm not picking it up at launch, so it's I would have been spoiled anyway because the game would have come out and then I would have watched the long playthrough of it, so. No real difference outside of when it happens, and I will just be like, well, I just won't talk about it. You want me to talk about it? Pay me. Or Google it yourself. Hell, the person I follow spoiled a thing that absolutely is not revealed in this trailer. And I will not repeat it. Because I will let that come out of the trailers that they will put out over the next year. But anyway, releases. We're out of news hell. All right. We will start on. We'll start on the 10th with Battlefield 6 for Series X and PlayStation 5. Yay. Disgaea 7 complete for Switch 2. Little Nightmares 3 for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, Switch, and Switch 2. I don't know why they have to do Nintendo Switch 2 instead of just Switch 2 for the API.
Yeah, I don't either.
You could just say Switch 2, it's fine. We all know what you're talking about. We also got Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch 2. On the 13th, Hell Is Us Deluxe Edition for PlayStation 5. On the 14th, hey, look, Just Dance 2026 edition for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch.
But it's
on
not
the
on
15th.
the Wii and 360 and PS4 and...
Yeah, how long did they support the Wii?
Quite a while.
Actually, I'd have to see if it's just.
I think the first one on the Switch, if I'm remembering right, also was on the Wii. Like, they supported it entirely through the Wii U's life cycle.
Not 2023. The 2022 one was on Stadia. And the 2021 one. "2020 was the last one to put out a Wii version.
Which was 3 years into the Switch's life cycle.
2019 was the last one to support the Wii U. And also the Wii. Or it's also on the Wii on that year too.
Of course, granted, technically 2020 was supported for the Wii U because the Wii U had backwards compatibility with the Wii.
Okay.
So,
well, explicitly the 2019 one says Wii U, Switch, PS4, 360, Xbox One. Also, I didn't even clock that one. Oh my god, that was the last one to do 360 as well. Why?
uh-huh.
Anywho, on the 15th, Ball X Pit for Series X, PlayStation 5, and Switch. Oh, I forgot to grab it. I forgot to grab the Fire Emblem game for mobile that they put out that was hot garbage and feels like they sent this out to die more so than they did Drag X Drive. Would you like a tactics game that has Among Us aspects that does both of those poorly?
I mean, that sounds about on point.
Mm-hmm. On the 16th, Hitman Absolution for Android and iOS, and Pokemon Legends ZA for the Switch and Switch 2.
And you missed
one. Nicely. Reach for PS5 and MetaQuest. Let's see. On the 17th, Hitman World of Assassination Anniversary Box for PlayStation 5. It's either Kaku or Kaku Ancient Seal for Series X and PlayStation 5. For some reason, the Series X version is all capital letters Kaku, whereas the PS5 listing was lowercase, all lowercase Kaku.
So it depends on how aggravated you are at it.
Basically. Also, this must be the best game to come out in this batch. The Elf on the Shelf Christmas Heroes for Xbox One, Series X, PlayStation 4, 5, and Switch. I'm genuinely curious. It is a mini collection, kind of. It looks like a platformer, like a side-scrolling platformer. It looks like hot garbage. Oh, this looks bad. This looks like perfect Kuso material. Anywho, that's the releases. If you want to see the full list, it'll be in the notes in the description below on the YouTube. I can't wait for Legends ZA to come out and then no one be normal about it. And everyone bitch and moans about it for weeks on end.
Right.
Because people will bitch and moan about it aggressively, and then people will bitch and moan about those people being aggressively bitching and moaning about it. And I'm like, oh, good Lord, can we not have just a normal conversation about this, please? Because it's not going to be a dumpster fire. I don't think they can put out a dumpster fire. I will be shocked if they do. But like, it will probably just be fine. I hope. I know neither one of us are that excited for it, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the show, folks. Hopefully we have better news in 2 weeks. Just staring at, preferably staring at everyone in the industry like, guys, please. Don't fuck up. It's not that hard. Unless EA wants to start drawing blood early, which... Oh god, I can already see the headline of like, hey, here's like 12 studio closures on EA in one day and like 12,000 people out of a job. And I'm like... I don't look forward to that. But yeah, I guess anything else?
No.
All right, Thursday, I might be doing retro achievements at the Radiance. Unfortunately, some stuff with retro achievements that I don't want to get into because it's a lot, and it's some folks within retro achievements being stupid about some shithead on their site deciding to be a shithead. It's a lot. I just don't want to get into it. I might be doing that, or I might test out that Path of Radiance randomizer. I haven't decided yet. Because I should test that before we eventually get to Path of Radiance and Cubage. But that'll be Thursday. Friday will be proper Cubage with... I know it's more than that, but I'm like, there's a Beyblade game. I'm just excited to play a shitty Beyblade game because I just want to see how bad it is. Oh god damn it, we have another Disney sports game. No! Damn it.
You forgot.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list and I'm like, oh yeah, there's Beyblade and the Disney Sports, and then Road Trip, the arcade edition.
Yep. And we're probably going to be hitting all three of those.
Oh god, yeah. I'm going to assume we'll probably have to do sport first because we need to give it the best shot it can muster. Did we say Beyblade for last?
No, we keep them in order.
Okay. I thought we talked about maybe doing Disney Sports basketball first because we're probably going to put it in the bin regardless.
I'm just at the no. If somehow it is the better one out of all of them, I will be amazed.
It's a very low bar.
Yeah.
I mean, what even is the average on them? Let's see.
Probably like 3.
Let's see. We've got a 5, an 8, a 4, and a 7.5.
Probably like 5.5. Which puts it in like the 3 range for each of us.
6.8 is the average.
So 3.5 range for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, looking at our individual scores, yeah, that is the average.
That tracks.
I mean, it can't be worse than Universal Studios Theme Park Adventure. I will draw the line in the sand and be like, nothing is worse than that shithole. And I will make Claire play that one day, damn it. I will find a way. Because I put that in the jar for their fortune cookie stuff, and someone in chat was like, oh, the trash collecting game. I'm like, oh god, people do know this. Good. Vote for it, damn it. Hell, this could be done for their game clearing stuff, because it's like 2 hours to beat it. It's like it's honestly like 2 or 3 hours to beat that. It is not that long.
It is longer than we wanted to give it.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be Friday. Saturday is don't
know yet.
Yep. Next Sunday is more Gaim, as things have gone terribly in Gaim. Hopefully our characters will come back from it. I don't know if next week's episodes or the ones after will be the ones where America gets nuked by its own nukes.
I don't remember.
I'm just like, we are close to Rocio showing up, and the U.S. government's like, nuke him, and he's like, I'm returning these to sender. Catch. But yeah, that's next week, and like I said, in 2 weeks, the industry will be less on fire. I hope. Well, if you like what you see, folks, drop a follow. Really appreciate it. Exclamation point YouTube and chat gets the YouTube archive for this and all of our other streams. Exclamation point social and chat gets the handles for all of our social media. And exclamation point Discord and chat gets this link. Drop by, say hi. See you Thursday, folks.